Yes, I make all these videos in one day. That's why today I have a cold, and yeah, you can see it through every single video. So I'm just going to be comfortable and just talk. So this is video 2 in the Handling Stress series. And you're going to find out that I love Psalms. So yeah, in this video, there's 3 different Psalms. And I have a couple of stories to tell you. I was going to bed one night, and I used to be afraid of the dark. And here I was an adult, and I had children that were starting their teenage years, and still I'm afraid of the dark. I'm a single mom, living in a bad neighborhood, and I'm laying there before bed, kind of stressed out about what's going on outside, and, you know, are we going to be safe tonight? Is it okay for me to sleep? Are my kids going to make it through the night? I'm laying there, and at this point in time, they're still using clocks to wake people up, not phones. So I have a clock radio, and I always had it set to specific radio stations so that when it came on, I would just hear music, right? And it would be music I liked that would get me going. Well, I go to check the radio station and make sure it's still working, and it says, the psalm to read is 81. I'm like, what the heck? And so I start trying to fix this thing out because it just went blank. Start trying to fix it. I can't find any radio stations whatsoever. So I go to look up the psalm, and it talks about having a refuge and that God's watching over you. It's like God was telling me, go to sleep, Heidi. Stop stressing over this. I got you. So that's part of the reason I love Psalms, is because they're all like that. They all have something like that that's going to boost us and make us to feel better. So the Psalms today are Psalm 34:4. I sought the Lord, and he answered me and delivered me from my fears. In the first Handling Stress video, yes, I do write notes here. So in the first Handling Stress video, we learned about believing, and that needs to be carried into this one. You need to realize that, I mean, no matter what it is, if you don't believe in it, if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe that you can do this job, or if you don't believe you can drive this car, you don't believe you can walk across the room, then you're not going to be able to do it. The first step in anything is believing in it, feeling that it's seriously going to happen, or it seriously can happen. So believing in it is absolutely imperative. So if you want to be delivered from your fears, if you want to let go of that stress, you have to believe that it can go. You have to believe that it will be better. And believing is huge in making things happen. So next one, Psalm 118, 13 through 14. I was pushed hard so that I was falling, but the Lord helped me. The Lord is my strength and my song. He has become my salvation. Everybody gets frustration. Everybody is pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed in some way, to the point where they feel like they're falling, like they just can't take anymore, whether it's anxiety or frustration or fear or pain. In order to be saved from that and to be able to let that go and not let it affect your life, you need to first, again, believe that that can happen. And you have to look for the change. You have to look for even those tiny little moments that are your reprieve, are your silence, are your peace. And once you start finding them, you'll realize how often they happen. You may be in the middle of a 8-hour day and, you know, doing something that's very stressful, and it's so constant that every once in a while you get this breathe. And then go again. But it's that breathe. If you start looking for those tiny little moments, and you start believing that they're happening, then you're going to find that there's more and more and more. And the last psalm today is Psalm 9, 9 through 10. The Lord is the stronghold of the oppressed, which oppressed means that you probably hear it a lot now because people talk about discrimination. So yeah, the oppressed, the people who are held back or held down. A stronghold in times of trouble, and those who know your name put their trust in you, for you, O Lord, have not forsaken those who seek you. Again, You're not alone. You're not the only one going through frustration. And a lot of times, if you look beside you, when you're going through these stressful moments or this part where you're being pushed and pushed and pushed, there's normally someone right next to you. There's other people going through the same exact thing at the same exact time. You're not alone. I have a heaven. And I had a teacher in my MDiv that told me that this was a problem, but I don't necessarily think it is. I have this place where I go and I will close my eyes and I will sit and I will go to this place in my head, and it's my perfect place. And for me, it's a beach. It's surrounded by trees that don't necessarily match the beach, but they're my favorite trees. The water is always perfect. The sun is always rising, and every single time I go and sit there, Christ walks across the water to me, and I'm calm. I'm calm. That's my peaceful place. That is the place I can go when I'm in the middle of my frustration and my stress, and I can be at peace. And I did it so often for a while, and it got to the point where I could be driving in my car and I wouldn't have to close my eyes and I wouldn't really have to think about it. I could just take a breath, and suddenly I felt that same peace. So that's what I pray for you this week, that you can find your stronghold, your place of peace, your place that you can believe in, your moments of breathing, your moments of peace and calm, and that all of your fears, your frustrations, and all that pushing on you will be removed, even if just in that moment. I pray that for you this week. And also, as always, believe and make it so. Thanks for watching. Come visit me on my page on Facebook, HM Weimer. I would love to hear from you and let me know how you feel about these videos. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.